joining Right as Rain Crochet. Today we're going to be doing these little elves. The pattern is from Pink Mouse Boutiques. I'll put the link at the bottom. It is asking for the pattern itself once you use the Aunt Lydia's 10, which is here, and that is using a 1.5 millimeter hook. It's the same thing you do lace with. And I'll tell you, this thing took 3 times longer than these other sizes take. But then I went ahead and did another one here in baby cotton, which is about a size 3 with a 2 millimeter hook. And then today I'm going to show you, I'm going to use a worsted weight, and we're going to do that with a 3 millimeter hook. And the purpose of this is to show you that just because a pattern asked for a specific, especially amigurumi, specific kind of yarn thickness, you can change that, but you just have to understand that, of course, the size is going to change. The details are going to change. This is a very simple project. That's why I'm doing this with the different sizes. It doesn't have a lot of detail. But we're going to go ahead and do this with worsted weight so we can kind of just see the comparison. I'm sticking with the same colors that I have with these guys. So we're going to start with the head, and I have my pink. Let's go ahead and do a magic ring, chain 1, 8 single crochets in that ring. Okay, cinch that bad boy up. We are making a ball, or I'm sure most of you guys have done that before, so you're going to get the gist of it. So I'm not going to try to spend too much time on it. That's round 1. Round 2, we're going to go ahead and do an increase in each stitch. So that's 2 single crochets per stitch, which will give us a total of 16. As you can see, I am also crocheting my tail in. I don't like to sew them in. It's frustrating. So, of course, anytime I get a chance, that's what I will do. I will meet you guys back here at the end of round 2 with 16 single crochets. Okay, we're back. We have 16 stitches. What we can do is this tail that's here, it is crocheted in. I go ahead and pull it as tight as I can now that I have a round, so we can get rid of that gap. It's not really a big deal that we have this gap. Don't stress about it because a hat's going on his head anyway, on the elf's head. But now I would just recommend going ahead and getting your stitch marker. I like using this when I do amigurumi because I can literally fold it as I do my rounds, and I don't have to keep setting all my stuff down. And this is really neat. This is just cord, cotton cord. And what's nice about this is that I don't crochet. My needle or my hook won't get stuck on anything. I've had before where I've crocheted with just another piece of yarn, and then somehow I catch it, and now that blue or whatever color is just bled into my project. So okay, so this round we're going to do single crochet increase all the way around. And then increase. Single crochet and increase. I'll meet you at the end of the round. You will have 24 stitches. Got it. Okay, we made it around. Now we are going to do 2 single crochets, increase all the way around to have a total of 32 stitches when we're done. 2 and an increase. And I'll meet you guys there. All right, well, we finished with our 2 single crochet increase. We should have 32 stitches. Now we are going to need to do 6 rounds of 32 stitches. Go ahead and get our counter cleared. And so let's go ahead and do 6 rounds, 32 stitches, and I can meet you guys back here when we're done with that. Okay, we're almost at the end of our 6th round. I really like amigurumi. There's so many different levels. If you're a beginner or you're an expert, it's a great way to use up your yarn. See how, let's see if I can show you guys here. See how I have my yarn up there and I just pull it, I just crochet off it, right off of it. And I use up all my spare stuff when I'm doing amigurumi. I like it. You do, of course, have to crochet consistently. And you got to just get real used to it. So, okay, so we did our 6th. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start to decrease. So we're going to do 2 single crochets decrease. And we're going to do, in amigurumi, you always want an invisible decrease. And I will show you how to do that. So an invisible decrease, what we're going to do is we're going to take the front of this stitch, the front loop, and then the front loop of the next stitch. Bring it through both, and then finish your single crochet. That is an invisible decrease, so nobody can see where you decreased. Unfortunately, neither can you. It's really hard to count back. So again, we're going to go around. We're going to do 2 single crochets and invisible decrease, front loop, pull the yarn through, and finish your single crochet. All right, well, I'll meet you guys around with when you're done with your 2 single crochets decrease. All right, I am on my last 2 stitches, and that should be a decrease. And we should have 24 stitches. Now we're going to single crochet decrease. That little stitch marker is giving me hell today. Okay. Single crochet decrease. Then we're going to be stuffing when we get back around, okay? Single crochet decrease. Meet you at your stitch marker. Okay, we should be done with that. We are now doing some stuffing here. Most of the time, your amigurumi needs to be stuffed tightly, but you should not see your stuffing through the stitches. That is why it is like so important to use a small needle so that you can get a real nice tight stitches for your amigurumi. It's one of the biggest things when it comes to stuffed animals and getting them stuffed right. Okay, and we're going to add a little more as we go, but we don't want to catch that stuffing when we're doing our crocheting. So we're going to kind of hold that down like this. And so now all right. So we're going to hold our stuffing down and go ahead and start with our 8 decreases. So let's do 1 front loop, through 1 front loop. This one's wanting to fight me here. I don't know why it's being so ornery. Okay. There's 6. 7. Apparently I did something incorrectly, so we're going to pause this. I'm going to figure out what happened here. All righty, we got it figured out here. Okay, we got our stuffing in. Now we're going to do invisible decreases, 8 of them, and we're going to be left with 8 stitches. That's my granddaughter watching her YouTube videos in the background, if you're hearing that. So, all right, and when we're done with this row, we should, like I said, we should have 8 stitches left. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do one row of single crochets, and we're going to be changing to whatever the body color is that you are using for the body. Okay, and we just have one more decrease. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and do 8 single crochets around. If you need to get some more stuffing in there, we're going to do that here right after I get these 8 in. We're going to get that packed in real nice. Go ahead and get ready for your other color, and we'll get that tied in. I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, we've got that done. We're going to go ahead and do just, I pull this like this so I don't lose it. And let's go ahead and get some more stuffing in there. I have some tweezers I use sometimes, but the end of your hook, if it's not too small, is actually really great. And if you don't get these sides like I'm getting, what happens, oh my gosh, and I was doing this for years, my head was always like egg-shaped. It was never round, and I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And I realized that I wasn't getting the stuffing in there enough to actually make it round, so it just kept, it just had egg head. Everything was egged. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. The stitches, if you just give it a little bit of love, give it some squeeze in, the stitches really have done the work for you. If you've got enough stuffing, it'll really turn out real nice. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and if you want, you can go ahead and cut your yarn and get this end in there and attach your body color. I'm just going to go ahead and back out of my stitch and connect it when I'm doing my stitch. So what you do is you wait till you get to this point where you have 2 yarns on your hook. I go ahead and tie a slip knot so I have double security. Pull this through, then I tighten it up, and then from here I'll complete the stitch and pull my pink tight. So if you look, we have our pink and we just created our purple, first purple stitch. It's really nice doing it that way. It kind of hides it. And then I'll go ahead and take these 2, tie them in a knot. Remember, you need to go both directions. So this time I put the purple through, and now I'm going to through the hole, and this time I'm going to put the pink one. Just kind of swap those around. Let's just get these out of our way also. Get it all cleaned up. Get in there. Okay, so we got that all in there and cleaned everything up. Now we're going to go ahead with our new color, and we're going to do 8 increases around the 8 stitches. And at the end we will have, of course, we're going to have 16 stitches. So go ahead and place 2 single crochets in each stitch, and I will meet you when we get back around. Okay, we made it back around, and now we're going to go ahead and do a single crochet increase, and we will have a total of 24. After that, we will do 2 single crochet increase, and we will have 32. So I'm going to meet you at the end where you have 32. So do single crochet increase round, 2 single crochet increase round, and I'll meet you back here. All right, guys, I hope you guys got those 2 rounds done. We have 32 stitches. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to make these shoulder sections here, and then we'll crochet the arms on later. So what we're going to do here is first we're going to go ahead and let's single crochet 5 stitches. Okay, so we single crocheted our 5. Let's go ahead and count 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the 7th stitch, let's go ahead and put a stitch marker in that so we know which one it is. We are going right into that right now, like immediately, so you don't need to latch it. We just needed a count. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and put our hook back into the same stitch we just did, and then through the stitch with the stitch marker. Not that easy, sorry. Okay. And then we're going to single crochet. Wonderful. So we should look like this, guys, with 6 stitches. They're unworked. I know you're going to need to pause it because I wasn't even having that good of a time myself. Okay, now what we're going to do is go ahead and single crochet in the next 9 stitches. Are you ready? 8 and 9. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. You don't have to put the stitch marker in if you can find it easily enough and not have to worry about it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, we're going in through the exact same stitch we just finished, and then the 7th stitch. So we should have 6 in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7, so I'm going to go ahead and just move this over 1 stitch. Wonderful. And now we're going to go ahead and single crochet that. There we go. And turn our work. And now we should be able to have 4 single crochets left, and we have finished that round. So go ahead and get 4 in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good job. Good job, good job. So this is our little armholes. See? And we'll join and we'll crochet on these, which are not that easy either. So, okay, so we should have a total of 20 stitches, not counting the arms. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and just single crochet. We're going to just be working around this here. We're going to come back to the 2 6 stitches when we do the arms. So go ahead and single crochet all the way around, and I will meet you back here when we begin to increase. Okay. And 20. Now what we're going to do is 3 single crochets increase. 1, 2, 3, and increase. The row after that will be 4 single crochet increase, and at the end of that you should have 30 stitches. And I will meet you back after you've done 3 increase and 4 increase. All right, well, I hope everything went okay for you guys. We should have done a round of 3 single crochets increase and then a round of 4 single crochet increase. We should have 30 stitches. You can already see what our difference is in our head when we change that yarn. It's really a huge difference. This one wasn't hard to work. I really didn't have a lot of problem with that. But when we got down to this little bug guy, oh Lord, yeah, it was tough. I'd rather do, like I said, I'd rather do doilies. That was really tough. Kudos to anybody who crochets with that little stuff, I'm saying. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 rounds of 30 single crochets each. It's just going to be single crochets. Sorry about the dogs. And I'll meet you back here after 3 rows of 30 crochets. Okay, we're back around. We did 3 rounds of 30 stitches. Now we're going to start to decrease. So let's do 4 single crochets and then a decrease. and make sure that's an invisible decrease. Remember, we just go in the front loop, go through both, come up and go through, finish your single crochet. Go ahead and continue that around 4 single crochets and a decrease. When you are finished with that round, we should have 25 stitches, and I will meet you back here when we are finished. All right, now we're just going to single crochet around 25. And when we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and do 3 single crochet decrease. And at the end of that, we're going to have 20 stitches. So single crochet around, and then we're going to do a decrease, 3 single crochets, decrease. I'll meet you back then. Alrighty, we got all of our stuff done. We're caught up. We're excited. So we did 3 single crochet decrease. We're going to go ahead. We are at 20 stitches. Let's do one more round of 20 stitches. Then we're going to go ahead and stuff the body. And then we're going to move on to the legs and the arms. So I will see you after a single crochet round of 20, and go ahead and stuff your wonderful little elf we have here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to start making the legs. What you need to do is find your project, and I kind of look at it down this way, and then fold it in half. And what we want to do is put 2 stitch markers in your work with 8 single crochets here and 8 single crochets on this side. Okay, so that will be 4 stitches eaten up, because we're going to sew that together, and then we're going to stitch a leg, and then we're going to come back here and stitch another leg, or vice versa, whichever it is we land on. So go ahead and get that done, and then meet me back when you come to this spot, okay? Okay, hopefully you guys didn't have too much trouble doing this. So what the pattern says is just to sew it with some of your yarn, but I go ahead and I just, when I'm crocheting around, I'm going to go ahead and just slip stitch this and then go back around single crochet, and I'm just going to skip that every time that I go around. That's how I do it. So it's completely up to you. This is going to look a little messy because all this stuff is in here, so I apologize for that. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet here. I'm going to take where my slip stitch is. I'm going to take this one out, okay, because I know it's right next to the other stitch marker. And I'm going to come in to these 2 stitches, okay, and I'm just going to pull this, and I'm going to slip stitch it through, and we've now connected it. But I really only have 1 single crochet in the 8 that we're going to do. Then we're going to turn this over, and then we're going to complete the 8 single crochets. So this is actually number 2, because that was just a slip stitch. Three, 4. These get a little tricky. 5. Whoops, we lost that one. Just be patient. Just focus and be patient. I am a very fast crocheter, and it actually amazes me how much I like amigurumi, because it is a lot of this really slow, patient, watch your stitch kind of work in certain areas, and I wasn't sure that it's actually quite a surprise that I like it as much as I do. But just take a deep breath, and if you live in Colorado like I do whatever you need to do to calm down. Okay, so we do have now our 8 single crochets. Now what we end up doing, what we need to do is we're going to do 8 rows of 8 single crochets. So we're just going to keep going around and round. Do not worry about this at all. We're going to come back to that. We're going to go ahead and just do our leg and finish off at the end. So, okay, so what I think I'm going to do, I actually just kind of thought about this. I didn't do this last time, the other times I made it. But I think what we'll do is let's go ahead and go in here to the 2 stitches that need to go together, that need to be slip stitched for between his legs, and make sure we still have our 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Let's go ahead and pull this through like this. And let's chain 1. And now let's go ahead and just jump over and start doing our single crochets. So two, yeah. Sorry, I don't know what, this yarn is just acting weird for me today. Okay, so we want to make sure when we go around that we are skipping that slip stitch. We only want 8 stitches, right? So this is where this gets really tough because now we actually have a leg in our way, which is quite irritating. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We should have 1 more stitch. And then bring your next crochet back over to here. Okay, you need to do not crochet in this where we tied it. So now it'll be 7 more rows around with 8 stitches. Like I said, you can stuff it as you go. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't help, because then you can fold it and see it. It's really up to you what makes you feel better. And I'll see you when we get done with the second leg. Yay. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. That's hard, isn't it? Okay, and then go ahead and do our 4 reducers or 4 decreases, and we'll get off just like this, and I'll meet you when you get done. And okay. Well, I just realized that the video's been upside down this whole time. I apologize. I don't know why this one's being so tough, this whole thing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the arm to the arms. This is what I do here. Get this open a little bit. And we're going to do 6 single crochets. And we're actually going to do 8 rows of that. So attach wherever you can. Like I said, you thought the legs were bad. These get pretty tight. So just attach wherever. Make sure you got 6 single crochets. If for some reason, once you get around, it's not there, just throw one in. Just get it in there. It's not going to make a difference because we're down all the way here at the bottom anyway. So I'm attaching one. I'm going to chain 1, single crochet in the same spot. So there's my 1. 2. These ones are tough. Take your time. Relax. Don't get too frustrated because it will definitely do that for it to you. I'm pulling out of this. Okay. Okay, so this thing is just going to be in my way, so I'm just going to get rid of it right now. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't. It already drove me nuts with the leg ones, and I should have done it, but I wanted to record it for you guys. And then just go back in through the body somewhere. Same hole, different place to go out. Okay, that's out of my... Okay, so here we go. Let's look. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. And I'm going to go ahead and come down here and make this 6. Okay, guys. And then we're going to have to turn it and come over like this to get our first single crochet. Not the easiest thing, I know. But that's how we do it. Once we get this little part done, though, it's going to be much easier. And that thing is so tight. We are not stuffing the arms, by the way, so the pattern just says to crochet them tightly, which I'm telling you we're doing the best we can, aren't we? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause this so we both can fight with these arms. We're actually going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so attach it. You'll have a total of 8 rows when you get done with this. Okay, and I'll meet you back here when you do 8 rows. We're going to do 8 rows, and then we're going to actually attach this pink again and just do 2 rows of pink, and then 8 rows of purple here, and then 2 rows of pink. But I'll go ahead and jump back on with you when we do the pink so that we can get that. The pink is just 2 rows, and then we fasten off, so I'll just probably go ahead and do the decreases like we had done down here so that we have little nubs. So I'll see you here in a little bit. I'll jump on if we run into any other situations, but good luck on that, and I'll meet you back here. So something that I've done before, just to see if you guys got a pipe cleaner, I put that in there so that when I am pushing, I'm not going against the other side of the arm when I'm crocheting, because this is just so little. This way it helps me. I'll hit the pipe cleaner and can go ahead and grab my yarn. I wouldn't, if you're going to make this for a little kid, I probably would not keep the pipe cleaner in the arm. I would pull it out because it can poke. But if you're not going to do that, give this to to a little kid, then you could keep the pipe cleaner in if you wanted, and the arms would move a little bit. But I just take it out once I'm done. I just by chance had a purple one sitting, so it looks like it matches. I mean, it matches, but it was just luck. But what it does is, as you can see, it helps me push against that pipe cleaner instead of pushing all the way through to the other side. So just a little help you out, maybe. Okay, now what we're going to do is attach our pink yarn, and we're going to do 2 rows of pink. That's just going to be this guy's little hand. And again, once we get this on, we probably want to get rid of that tail that's down there so it's not in our way. Always do this, chain 1, go down to the same stitch. We're going to go ahead and single crochet around for 6 times. Okay. If by chance you did that arm and you got done and realized you didn't have 6 single crochets no more, that's fine. Add a single crochet in there. It's all right because the hand can be bigger than the sleeve anyway. So we're going to go ahead and go around this one more time. And we don't need to reduce on this. We're just going to go ahead and put that, we'll just put that, so the tail, we're just going to put it down in there and take care of that. So I'm going to pause this so that you don't have to watch me fight with this, and you can fight on your own. Okay, guys, I know this is a tough one. So right now I just went ahead and put the needle straight down in the middle here, and just kind of weaving this through and get that completely out of our way. Okay, so guess what? one more arm. We got to do the same thing on the other side. Don't stress so much if it's giving you a hard time. Don't worry about it. This is a very simple looking elf. He is not detailed. There's no big deal. Just make up the stitch somewhere and just keep moving forward. It's going to be fine. No one's going to know any different. You're not attaching anything to it. So go ahead and do the other arm. Again, we're going to have total 8 stitches in the purple, and then 8 stitches, I'm sorry, 6 stitches of 8 rows, and then 2 rows of the pink at the end. And I will meet you guys back here. Good luck. I know it's tight and tough. Some people are really good at this. I'm not. It really is tough for me as well, as you guys could see. So good luck. I'll see you when we get back, and then we can work on the hat and get our eyes on. Hello, my peoples. All right. Good job, guys. Congratulations. If you made it through it, good job. It was difficult. Just really imagine what it would be like crocheting with this thread. That's what that little guy is. I was pretty frustrated. So, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the hat. Yay! Our hat is all done in half double crochets. So we're going to start with the magic ring. We're going to chain 2, and we are going to put 6 half double crochets in the magic ring. All right. Now we're going to move to 2 half double crochets increase. Whoops, that's single crochet. Half double crochet, guys. Man, this today I'm saying. Okay, 1, 2, and we're going to increase. We're going to do that all the way around. Okay, so we did 2 single crochet increase. We are actually going to do our half double crochets. We're going to do 3 half double crochets increase. Next round 4, 5, 6, and 7. Once you finish all of those rows, we will meet back, and we should have our hat, and we'll do a little bit of a different round. So we're on 2. We just did 2. We're going to do 3 half double crochets increase, then a round of 4, etc., etc. And I will meet you guys back here when you completed that. All right. We finished with our row all the way up to our row of 7 half double crochets and an increase. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we just go half double crochets all the way around. We should have a total of 18 stitches. Whoops. I sure like that single crochet, don't I? Okay, we'll see you then. All right, we made it around with 18 single crochets. And now we are going to go to 5 half double crochets increased. Then we'll do 6, a row of 6, a row of 7, and a row of 8. So right now we're going to do 5 half double crochets increase. And I will meet you back when you are finished with your row of 8 half double crochet increases. Okay, so we made it back around. We did up to 8 half double crochets increase, and we should have a total of 30 stitches. We're going to go ahead and do a half double crochet all the way around, so that's going to be 30. Then we are going to do a round of 9 half double crochet increase and 10 half double crochet increase. So I will meet you after those 3 rounds. 1 round of just half double crochets, a 9, and a 10. I'll see you there. All right, guys, we got around. We did the 9 half double crochets increase, 10 double crochets increase. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to do 2 rounds. We should have 36 stitches. We're going to do 2 rounds of half double crochets, 36 stitches. And then we're just going to be putting the eyes on and sewing the hat on. We're almost done. Yay, yay. See you in just a minute. Okay, I hope you guys got done. Here we are. You can put some stuffing in your hat. It's actually a lot less than you think it should be because the head goes way in there. And I'm going to tell you, I have made this guy like 4 times, and my hat comes out different every time. So, in fact, even this guy, not this one, this guy's hat was way too big, so I had to go around and I did a decrease all the way around to get him on. I think he might have looked cuter if I didn't have this at all. But so anyway, put our hat where we want it, and we're going to go ahead and sew it on when we found our place where we want it to be. And then you can go ahead and you can either stitch some eyes if you're going to give this to a little baby and you're worried about it, because the pattern doesn't tell us where the eyes go. As we're crocheting, we have to just put them in and glue them in, either hot glue or some fabric glue. The hot glue does leave a little bit of a booger here, and it's not super exciting to me. I don't really like it like that, but it holds well. This one here, I did some fabric glue, and it's holding pretty well as it also. So I'll go ahead and sew my hat on, and I'll probably do, I have lots of eyes, so I do eyes instead of sewing quite often because I just have them. So you just kind of got to center them and look at where you think they should be. And then put some glue on them, and then go ahead and just take some, whatever color your hat is, and go ahead and do that around, and we're done, and that's it. It's just a cute little, not a lot of detailed little elf. He looks like he's so easy, but he isn't when you get to those arms and legs, is he? No, I'm pretty much done. This is like 3 I've done today. So there you go. This is a 0. This is a 3-ply. This is a 4-ply. Kind of let you know size-wise and what you're looking at. That when you go this direction, it gets harder and harder. As you could tell how hard it was already for the arms. So thanks again for joining me at Right as Rain Crochet. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Take care.